of that the whole episode.
Oh boy.
Oh, hey, hi, hello, everybody.
Hey.
Oh, it's not on auto.
It's not on auto? Oh yeah, it's just me again. Welcome. It's just Max and the fast ones. And Mike has his iPad turned on. Honestly, we had a little bit of a kerfuffle right before we went live where we accidentally spilled some steep. And we hate spilling steep because it's so good and refreshing. It's almost a crime when that thing doesn't go down your throat. I did not do good alone. Mike, you got to come back here.
I didn't realize it was my co-host was Tobias Funke. Just gonna give some incredibly
Just weird intro.
weird comments.
If you're joining us for the first time, this is standard for the podcast.
Yes, just a small spill. In aisle 5.
Yeah. But we were setting up this amazing F1 album because we bought it in the summer when the movie came out.
Yes,
I don't know if you know about movies. Every year they have a little award show.
that no one
F1
watches.
Swept it. Swept the Oscars. Lewis is now a 5-time Oscar winner.
Yep. Ed Sheeran's Christian rock song beat everything.
It won the Oscar for Best Christian Movie. That's the whole category now.
Yeah, Parker is thrilled. Thrilled.
No, but it won an Oscar.
It did win an Oscar for, and Lewis Hamilton was thanked in the thank you speech.
Of course he was.
Or
Or else he wasn't going to do F1 2.
Yeah, F2.
What's it going to be called?
It can't
the
be
sequel
F2.
to F1. It can't be because that would be worse.
Yeah, so it's going to be called Formula One again.
Formula One redo.
Formula One drained the battery.
Formula One refueled.
Formula E.
Do we need to speculate on what the sequel is going to be called?
Yeah.
Refueled is already good.
The Squeakquel? Should we go with like
The Squeakquel?
Yeah, the Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Or like the squirrels from Nemper's New Groove?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Squeak Squeaker? Squeaking.
No. It's got to be like New Regs.
New Regs. That's the name of the film.
The name of the sequel, F1 New Regs.
FIA ruins the sport. Tagline.
Yeah.
There is supposedly a sequel in the talks. Lamborghini, thank you for being here.
Hey!
Danny Kaye.
Lamborghini's back?
Yes.
Has he been back since months ago? I feel like I haven't seen or heard of him in the chat, but you might have just not have said his name because we've had a lot of people join the chat.
He has been here this year once.
Okay, cool. Well,
I have spotted him one time.
You know, this frenemy thing is great, and I miss Lamborghini.
Well, he's here.
Cool.
This year has definitely been not so much in his favor the way that it was last year.
Was going. We'll talk about that.
We'll get around to it.
Because this weekend we had the Chinese Grand Prix.
Sure did.
And there's still a lot of fun things happening with these regulations and fun opinions that people have about them.
For sure.
But we're going to talk about the Oscars for about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Did you watch it? I didn't either.
I didn't either.
So this is going to be a great analysis.
It's going to be a
Oscars.
really good analysis. The best part that I saw was just Conan O'Brien cooking. He was doing great.
Yeah, I just need more. I wish Conan, I know he has this podcast.
Right.
But I need more talk show Conan.
Yeah.
I like segments. I like on location segments where he's being an idiot.
Right.
I know he has this travel show that he does, but it's so far and few between.
And it lacks the ability of kind of what I feel like the podcast has it, but in the way that like the show had, where it's things unexpectedly happening in response to some of his jokes, which I think is like the banter that exists on the Conan show, even with guests, or like
because Conan O'Brien needs a friend. It is just like a friend coming on and reminiscing.
Yeah, totally.
And there's fun stories they talk about, but you get a weird guy on the Conan show trying to promote his movie. It's funny and weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, we miss Conan.
We miss him.
Wish he wasn't dead. Rest in peace. Hey, I got you a present. You've already seen it, but
yes,
this is from one of our friends of the show, Riley. He printed our 3D calendar map last year, and this year he has printed us a stand for all of our little minifigs. Oh, this is where we need. Oh, okay. Yeah,
there we go.
There we
That's
go.
a pretty good shot.
You can kind of see it.
It's a little out of focus. You can't pull focus.
You can see the real size Lego. Well, not real size, medium size Lego F1 car there because the big size is huge.
Yes.
But yeah, we have this awesome display that displays all of the little mini F1 figs that we got.
Which is so rad.
So rad.
And Riley, thank you again for being the show's least attributed contributor.
For sure.
Because the calendar has been something that was epic for last season.
We used it every episode.
Every episode.
Yeah.
And now we've got a stand for our minifigures.
Here's the thing. I don't know if he watches the show. So, Riley, if you are listening or watching, let us know, because we
probably end up roasting him if he did.
And maybe this is cool, but not as helpful as a calendar, Riley. We need a 2026 calendar.
Yeah.
Because I don't know when the next race is. But here we go.
Oh, yes.
I went to the dollar store, randomly saw 2 last little minifigs
Yes.
boxes. These are hard to get now because, I mean, they're gone.
Yeah, they bought up.
So I got one for you and one for me.
Okay.
We have 3 empty spots left, so we need to find one more. But this will fill up 2 more spots.
Okay.
Which one do you want? Because here's the thing. You might have to root for whatever car you get. We did this last year.
Yeah.
I got Haas.
Yes, you got lucky.
What did you get? Alpine? What did you get? Ferrari?
I think I had Alpine. No, or Red Bull.
Did you get a Red Bull?
No, it might have been Ferrari. I got Ferrari. I remember opening a Ferrari.
Okay, so that's okay.
Yes.
And you're kind of rooting for Ferrari right now.
I always am.
Okay. Well, here you go.
All right, I'm taking this one.
This is one. Or if you want that one. Do you want to switch?
Max is,
now you've made a choice.
No,
do you want to switch?
You've given me this one.
Okay. It's like a Chinese fortune cookie.
Yes. All right, how do we do this?
I think we're just going to open
bend
it.
And snap, like in Legally Blonde.
And what do we got? I got a black chassis.
Which is they all got.
Oh, so it could be an AO. I got a red. I got a red fin.
I got a red fin too.
And I got a Haas. I got a Haas.
I think I got Haas.
There we go.
Yeah,
it's a miracle.
That was meant to be.
It's a miracle.
That is amazing.
It's
I got
amazing.
Haas.
They know.
They knew.
The Lego universe knows.
That's so
we
great.
are and always were meant to be Haas fans.
Yes.
So if there was ever any question about us being Williams fans, because we did kind of divert that way when we were given merch by Williams.
Well, it's the first time a team has sent us anything.
Yeah, but now the universe has taken us back to Haas.
They decided that yes, and Haas Podium confirmed, Blake, I believe that you are 100% correct.
Yeah.
It is coming.
Yes.
It is happening.
Oh, man. Ollie
Boy,
Bearman.
is it happening.
Oh, yeah.
We just need George Russell and Charles Leclerc to take each other out.
And then
it's
lights
on.
out and away we go.
It's
to
on
that
like
podium.
Donkey Kong.
Yes. So, man, this was fun.
Yes. I'm going to build it.
We're going to build it
I'm going to
while we
build mine.
talk?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try and build it while we talk. I have built enough of these that I feel like I can do it without the instructions.
Oh, aren't you
But
special?
no, because the little radio thing in the back behind the driver's head always confuses me because you have to like flip a piece.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. But no, I think what's fun, I looked at the prices for the Ferrari Lego helmets and they're like $80. It's a little
80 bones.
Yeah.
That's steep.
Steep. Speaking of steep.
Speaking of steep, if you are looking for a refreshing beverage that fills you up with caffeine and doesn't have sugar, artificial sweeteners, or any of the bad stuff, but all of the good, reach for Steep.
Yeah. Sponsors of the show.
Sponsors of the show.
Official sponsors of the show.
It crushes. I promise. It's not just because of their affiliation to the show. I like the drink a lot.
Yeah. Okay. So while we're building this,
yes.
How did you enjoy the Chinese Grand Prix?
You know, I watched it live, and I wonder if you're in the chat, guys, chime in. How many of you are real men and watched it as it happened?
Because for us in Utah, it wasn't absurd to watch it live. It was at 1 a.m.
Right.
Which you can stay up late and watch the race. It's not at 3, which is a little pushing it.
That's on the absurd side.
Yeah, that is on the absurd side. So,
yes.
You stayed up late to watch it.
I stayed up and watched it.
I stayed up to watch it.
You did? Did you survive the whole thing? I didn't think so.
Did you?
You tapered off.
Because I stopped texting
messages.
you?
I was like, there's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way.
I fell fast.
Blake stayed awake on the East Coast. He's calling you out pretty hard.
So what was it on? It was on 3 in the morning for East Coast 4?
a.m. Yeah.
Gosh. Well, good job, Blake.
That's heavy. That's a commitment. So way to go, Blake. Yeah, I watched it live, and the only thing that I could say is that the disservice that I felt about watching it live is that when like Lewis and Charles are going wheel to wheel and all of the big moments in the races, I was just sitting there going like, just like as quiet as I could possibly be
up everyone in your
while
house.
being excited, right?
Yeah.
And so that was the only thing that I felt like was a bummer. But man, yeah, I watched the whole thing, and and my wife woke up right after the race had finished and stayed awake to like watch the podium and everything with me. So kudos to her, because it was very early in the morning.
Very early in the morning, yeah.
3 to 3:30 a.m. is when she tuned in with me. So kudos to Laurel for that.
Dude, I am loving the Chinese Grand Prix.
It was freaking epic.
I don't remember the first year it was that I watched the Chinese Grand Prix.
Yeah.
But that big, huge corner,
Yeah, the first
big right-hand sweeper and then turn into the big, like, left hand?
Yeah,
That is a fun corner.
so rad.
Because the drivers hit it at different kind of, like, apexes or moments.
Right.
And they can undercut each other as they're going through that big, giant corner. And it just looks really cool to watch them passing through that big thing.
And I feel like because we've already somewhat alluded to it,
Yeah.
Charles and Lewis in that first corner was like watching synchronized Olympic swimmers or something. It was, they were just both taking different lines,
Yeah.
almost crashing into each other
Yeah.
every single lap.
I kept
It
whining
was-
like a big crash.
It was so good.
Yeah.
And I think that I speak on behalf of everybody that was so fun to watch.
Yeah. I didn't realize we had a sprint race going into the weekend. And then all of a sudden there was a sprint race happening.
Yeah,
So we had a lot of racing this weekend.
we
Qualifying,
did.
sprint racing, qualifying, racing. It was crazy.
totally.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was probably the most interesting part of all of this was we just barely started this regulation set.
Yeah.
Brand new. Nobody knows what they're doing. Welcome to China. We're going to do one practice session and you then qualify for the sprint. Good luck.
Yeah.
What a nightmare for
Just
the teams.
continually being thrown into the deep end.
It's the second week of a brand new rule set. This is the first time the teams have felt the sprint pressure
Yeah.
on a brand new car. And I was like, this is crazy to throw them in the deep end that hard.
Yeah.
To be like, okay, you get one practice session, then you got to go qualify.
Still, we're like paying these people millions of dollars to do this thing.
Yes, that's a good point.
They are the best engineers and mechanics that they can find. So if anyone can do it, Haas can.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is why
Yeah.
good results from the Haas team.
Dude, Haas is crushing it.
Absolutely destroying everyone.
Yeah.
It's amazing. We expected big things from Haas this season. I don't know if we expected him to quite hit this hard.
Yeah.
They've really been making an impact. It's been so fun to watch. But like starting with the sprint race,
Yeah.
I feel like qualifying was fairly, we'll say, predictable only because of like what we know coming from Australia. But then we got into the race, and I feel like this was like the perfect setup tension wise for Kimi to get the pole for the race, because now we've had 2 starts in the new cars and the new regulations, and Kimi has wheel spun and almost crashed at the start of both races. So as soon as he got pole of the race, it was like, can he deliver? Right? This is a pretty intense thing to have to face, right? But yeah, Kimi had a crazy wheel spin at the beginning. And then of course the Ferraris pounced like we expected, and the sprint race was it was a mini version of what we got on Sunday, but Sunday delivered even better than I feel like the sprint race did.
Yeah. Kimi, the youngest ever pole sitter.
Yes. He has now taken that title.
He might be doing what we are hoping he will be doing.
Right.
Is like being able to quickly adapt to that car and start to beat George Russell.
Yep.
That's all I need him to do.
It appeared, and I don't know if you guys saw this image, but you know, following at least one of the events this weekend, it became very apparent to me that Joan Cusack will eventually play George Russell in a biopic, but
It's not cutting.
it is
There it
a very revealing face that George was showing Kimi in this picture. So
yeah, that is like
a pretty unhappy
like a
George.
horror movie where they find that like the person is like possessed by a demon and they can see it in like one frame.
Right.
Like they caught
caught
the darkness in one frame coming out of George Russell, looking into the soul of Kimi.
It is the best
and
way to
wanting
put
to
it.
kill him.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, it is crazy. The cool down room. If we're jumping clear ahead to the end of the race.
Yeah, I mean,
the
sure,
cool
go
down
ahead.
room.
Sure.
Where Kimi is now a Grand Prix winner.
Yes.
And Lewis is in there and George is sitting between the two. Did you see that?
Yes.
Like Lewis is like, man, Grand Prix winner. Good
Yeah.
job. Like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And George is just like not looking at Kimi, looking ahead through Lewis. He's and like not making eye contact. Anyway, leans over, just like taps on the leg and just keeps looking forward. And Lewis is like, yeah, man, this is really great. And then George, nothing. Then he stands up and goes to the other corner. And
Yeah.
just like, I can't be in this conversation.
Lewis-
like, he is so mad.
He's so bent out of shape.
Got it.
Nice work. Lewis is like the other part that I was really enjoying about that is that Lewis has not been on a podium since the Vegas of 24.
Yeah.
And so he sits down on the couch and he goes, this couch is nicer than the one we have in the press conference. And he's just like enjoying
He's so happy to
the
be back.
podium room.
Yeah,
and
this
it's
is
like,
great.
no one ever thought that the words enjoying the cool down room
Yeah.
would have Lewis's name
It's all
tied
just,
to that.
it's all just perspective.
Yeah.
And the mindset. It's like as soon as a driver gets a taste of winning,
Yeah.
like they deserve the cool down room and they deserve the first place spot.
Yeah.
So for anyone to take him down, George has won one race this season.
Right.
And he is already like the most like important person in the world right now.
Right.
So for anyone else to be in that room is an annoyance.
Yeah, for
Especially
sure.
for Kimi, who's now right at his heels.
I feel like that was, again, like I always talk about it, but like the reason that Sebastian Vettel was so funny through the Nico Rosberg, Lewis Hamilton duels is because he was like, I'm nowhere near them. And he would just be sitting in the cool down room, finding ways to just poke and prod and annoy the crap out of them. And it was so enjoyable. It was so fun.
I am hoping for a moment in this year where the Mercedes drivers hate each other. And
It'll
maybe
happen.
Lewis is just this continual guy in
It
the
already
room.
happened.
Oh yeah, George.
It's not
I
Kimi.
think George hates Kimi.
Yeah, he does.
And Kimi's just like,
Yeah, I'm gonna throw a shotgun. So great.
but yeah, Lewis could be that guy poking at them all year long, which would be hilarious.
Which would be really funny. And I also feel like Sebastian would get a kick out of that. Like at home, just being like, Lewis gets to do what I did.
Yeah.
This is fun.
Yeah.
I never expected that in a billion years.
And Lewis is like, I remember Sebastian used to do this to me.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
just
yeah.
like, I know what to do.
Exactly.
This is gonna be great.
So
now
good.
that I'm on the other side of this.
For sure. But okay,
Lewis gets the ball ahead. Like we're only 2 races in.
I really think that we're gonna get into some more analysis.
Yeah,
on
but
Lewis.
like I think everyone has this doom and gloom that Mercedes is going to be dominant, and they might be.
Right.
But also we have a whole year.
We have a whole season.
Yeah, but it's doom and gloom.
And I think the Ferrari are trying things and willing to be wrong, and that is different too.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like not that they're willing to be wrong is something that's a struggle for Ferrari. They're wrong quite often,
But they're not willing to
like,
admit it.
That's true, but I feel like they brought that wing. They brought the Macarena wing.
Uh-huh.
They tried it, pulled it off,
Yeah.
and didn't use it for the rest of the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
But they wanted to see if it was something that was worth exploring.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Again, we talked about it with like the sprint format.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't really seem like that was the move on a weekend where there's so little practice
Yeah.
to fine tune their setup.
Mm-hmm.
They already know the other wing. Let's use the other wing. Maybe we bring this back for Suzuka. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's still a possibility.
You think? Yeah.
But I think that this weekend was a little bit rushed to try to get it to work. So,
Yeah.
but again, that's a cool innovation. We've seen them try it.
Yeah.
If they keep bringing stuff like that, they had little winglet in the Halo,
Oh yeah.
but they had to remove it before the race.
That could have given them an extra second per lap.
You never know. I'm not going to say a second, but the impact that somebody has off of just a new little upgrade arrow-wise can always make a huge difference.
Yeah.
But supposedly there was some rumors around the paddock that the FIA did not necessarily love the way that Ferrari had interpreted the rules of the Halo. And just in case there was any room for them to be like punished for using it, they pulled it off.
Oh, so they kind of voluntarily pulled it off?
Yeah.
They
were
in
like, we
fear
don't
of
want
being
this.
punished at the end of the race?
Yeah.
Interesting. Because the FIA, you never know.
You never know.
But they're Ferrari. You never, like...
Yeah. Ferrari
The
gets
FIA
babied
loves.
for sure.
Yeah.
They're definitely the
If it was Haas,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, if it was Haas, they'd be
They're
punished
like,
before.
it's the wrong color
They're like,
livery.
take it off. You are not leaving this garage until you take that off, young
Yeah.
lady.
And everyone has to be spanked on their way out to the garage.
You are not wearing that out in public.
You look like a slut. The car.
That is exposing way too much belly.
You guys out there parading this chassis around.
You think you could just flaunt it like that? This
What
isn't
are-
Italy, damn it. This is China.
What are the other teams gonna do when they see you?
They can't control themselves.
Can you imagine if NASCAR was here? What they would do if they saw this? You're lucky no NASCAR fans are in the stands.
This joke is incredibly depressing. But yeah, so anyways, they had to remove the wing.
Yeah.
And so they didn't run it.
This is the first year that I have noticed the halo as a part of the car that can be part of the aero.
Yeah, you were mentioning that in the first race.
I don't know why it's ever clued into me before that, they should be thinking about this, because obviously they are.
Right.
But yeah, there was like a thing last week where there was a new thing on one of the team's halos. And I was like, oh, yes, that's an obvious thing they should be thinking about.
Yeah.
And then when this week I saw the little thing on the front that, okay,
Anyway, they can
obviously they have this job for a reason.
Right.
Because it took me a few years to think that they could attach something to that.
Well, I mean, I think that anything that's an appendage to the car is used for some kind of advantage.
Yeah.
Even the wing mirrors, right? Like being able to put some little things strategically that angles in a certain way, that's always up for grabs.
Yeah.
And some of the teams get extra creative with that. And there's always an FIA protest as soon as they do.
Yeah.
But yeah, so anyways, anywhere that there's a available real estate for a wing, teams will always try to exploit it.
For sure. What are some of the important things you want to talk about in this episode?
I mean, there's so much, but I feel like we obviously have to talk about McLaren's double did not start.
That's at the top of my brain. Half of McLaren is at the top of my brain. Yeah.
Well, it's at the top of Landorghini's brain. So we know for sure that we've got to talk about that. And the progress of some of these teams, and obviously some of the results that were just really unexpected. I mean, this race had more retirement and struggle of like reliability than the sprint did. The sprint wasn't nearly as volatile.
No.
But Australia, I feel like we saw a little bit of reliability. For some reason, it seemed even more volatile this week, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
But it felt like it was more.
Yeah.
So anyways, those are some of the talking points,
Cool.
but there's so much to cover.
Cool. So let's get into it.
Yeah.
I want to say real quick, George Russell did not like the sprint race. Like, do you remember his like comments after the race?
Yeah.
He was like, we all know the sprint race is boring to watch.
Yeah, that's right. I remember you saying that to me.
Yeah, and that bugged me. Yeah, I know that sprint race, hardcore old F1 fans don't think it's a real thing.
Right.
Like they're mad that this short version of the race has been brought into the sport in order to keep the younger new fans' attention on the race. It's faster. There's less. There's no pit stops, so it's just like go, go, go. This is a fun little race.
And it ups a ticket price for not a practice session, right? So it's a sprint race weekend. So you can go to the sprint race.
Yeah.
It's more affordable than the race, but it's not as expensive, but it's more expensive than a practice ticket.
Yeah, for sure. And they are like, there is that cash grab. It is like, we want to keep the attention of the newer fans. And I get it. I get why people don't like it. But you can't say it's boring.
No.
That's the thing
It's
that
far
bugs
from
me
boring.
about George.
Yeah.
It's like, we don't know that the sprint race was boring, but hopefully we made it fun for you. And I was like, just shut up, dude.
Yeah.
That was fun for me.
Yeah.
And it's not because of you.
No.
Like, it was because the sprint races are generally fun. Like most of sprint races have always been more exciting than some of the races that follow after them.
Right.
And so that just bugged me.
Yeah, I agree. I think that, to your point,
Yeah.
calling them boring is so out of line.
Yeah. You might say they're not part of it. They're like a departure from the actual sport itself.
Right.
But they're fun to watch.
I mean, and FP2 and FP3 are like FP3 for a fan like myself who's a dork and I watch every session.
Yeah.
Not every fan has to be that way, and I don't shame people who don't. But like FP2 is a sort of race simulation practice. You don't learn a lot on the data for a viewer. As a team, they learn a lot about strategics for the race, right? And then FP3 is similar. There's a little bit of race sim, but then they do quali sim. There's light fuel running to sort of get an idea of where the car will be for qualifying and what the car will be like at the end of the race, right? So those 2 sessions, sort of like FP3 towards the end is fun, but otherwise it's just a lot of F1 cars going around the track, looking at tire day, and trying to figure out what the fuel consumption is and all that stuff. It's not that interesting.
Yeah.
So the funny thing is when F1 fans and long time diehard fans will get protective and be like, "This sprint race is an abomination."
Yeah.
And you're like, why would that be the case? You're forced to go wheel to wheel and potentially cost your company millions of dollars in an accident. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Bring more excitement.
This is better. I'm sorry, it's just better.
Yeah.
More racing is better. It doesn't devalue the race because it's worth less points. And it's just a better practice session with more application to what the race will be than these FP2 wander around and see how much the tires wear. I love that they don't get it right. It means that we have so much more opportunity. I think we talked about this a couple episodes ago, but NASCAR, for the most part, has done away with practice. The teams have to show up with a setup that's good to start.
That's wild.
And I love it because it just means that there's way more guesswork beforehand.
A lot more random in the race.
Then it just means you have a very unpredictable lineup. And I think that has really helped curate fun racing in NASCAR.
Yeah.
So in some ways, this is a similar result. If Mercedes had all weekend to set up the car, they might have destroyed Ferrari even more than they did.
Yeah.
So giving us the opportunity to be like, no, we're going to throw you in a race. Then you got to qualify and race again.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes.
We're just going to make the schedule a little bit more hectic.
Yeah.
And see what comes out. And also, like, we have some races that got canceled this year.
Right.
It's like more races is better.
It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, for sure.
So, anyways.
George, he's just an anti-hero.
He's more than an anti-hero.
He's the worst. He's a Karen. He's a Joan Cusack.
He is a Karen if Joan Cusack played one.
Yeah, for sure. It's nuts.
It is nuts.
Yeah.
And especially to go against something that I feel like is so valuable. It's just stupid.
Yeah. But because of George, it was fun.
Yeah.
That's what he took away
from it. That's what he thinks.
Yeah.
Oh, hopefully we put on a good show for you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm Madonna.
I love watching George like play to the crowd now.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the crowd is not paying attention.
No one cheers
They're
for
waiting
him.
for Kimi to get on the mic.
Yeah.
And Lewis or Charles. But George is like so happy to play to the crowd.
It's not just the crowd. Toto Wolff, have you seen that footage?
Yeah.
Toto like pats George on the back.
Yeah, a good job.
And then he grabs Lewis and he goes, "Come here," and gives him a hug. And it's like Toto was more excited about Lewis getting his first podium with Ferrari than he was about George getting second in that race. And it's just so good.
Yeah.
Just gold.
Yeah, George. He has to know his place in Toto's heart.
Middle child.
Yeah, it's Lewis, Kimi, and then George.
Yeah, he was the filler, the album filler before the next hit.
Toto has a real son in George.
Yes.
And he likes the adopted son, Lewis, more. Which you'd think is a little backward.
Yeah. I mean, because Lewis was a McLaren upbringing, not a Mercedes
he's on a different
like
team,
George.
a whole different team.
Yeah, now
he's gone.
He's
now.
on Ferrari. Yeah. He's even left the family, moved away.
It's just really funny.
It is very funny.
George is going to have a lot to deal with this year. And we've seen other seasons where the tensions and the pressure start getting towards drivers. And I love and I hope that they crack.
Right.
And I hope that George starts to crack. And we've seen it. That picture.
Yeah.
It's a small little glimpse into the cracking personality of George. It's great.
He's like, he could be playing like the Snow White witch to like give Kimi an apple. Like is what he kind of looks like. I should Photoshop that on him.
There's more apples
Kimmy.
showing up in Kimi's truck.
Delicious apple.
It's gonna be so true.
Yeah.
He's scary to me.
But yeah, Blake, good point. Blake said it seems like a bad idea to put shatterable parts on the Halo. So that's a good point. Anything that could end up.
Is Blake working for the FIA? What do they have a helmet for?
For things like that, I guess. I don't know why you got to ask such specific questions.
I get that's a pretty good safety concern.
Yeah.
Just hanging two glass like little ornaments in front of the driver's face.
Yeah, I just wanted pendant lighting. That's all I was looking for.
Crashing through the visor, trying to tear away, but nothing's tearing away, just blood and glass.
This is George Russell's renovation show on HGTV.
We should not have done this.
We shouldn't have done this.
The ornaments were a bad idea.
I thought that we were so quick that we could just do anything we want. How is it that this is now in my
Just like
vision?
the fuzzy dice hanging from a halo.
That's
Just
for
because
Vegas.
it's a flex.
That's for the Vegas
like
round.
we're so fast. We have like rear view mirror ornaments hanging. It's great.
Oh gosh. But yes. So. Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I was gonna say, what do we talk about?
I mean, I feel like
We need to talk about Max.
we do. Oh man, do we
I need to talk about my
Max?
opinions on these new regulations because
We need to talk about you, Max, and we need to talk about Max Verstappen.
Yes. Then we need to talk about McLaren.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
McLaren right now.
No, let's go into the
Max
realm you've gotten.
Verstappen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's start there.
He had a crazy race.
Crazy race.
And I don't know if the Red Bull is bad or not. But is it bad?
It's bad.
It looks bad.
It's really bad.
Yeah. And I
And-
feel like he keeps pushing it up into like almost the good places.
Right.
But then
Which
it
is
keeps
what he
not
does.
doing that.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, he's Max Verstappen, right?
Uh-huh.
Which means that he'll drive the wheels off of whatever car.
Yeah, he could
he's
huck a Civic around that track. But like the Red Bull just sucks.
It's not great.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that like obviously the DNF is salt in the wound.
Yeah.
So he's already having a really tough time with a car that's not that competitive.
Yeah. Didn't qualify in Australia because it freaked out.
Right.
Hajar broke down
Right.
in Australia. And now,
Yep.
why do you think the Red Bull sucks? Last year, to the normal passive fan,
Yeah.
Red Bull was crushing it.
Right.
Especially the latter half of the year, they were almost going to get that championship.
Yep. They almost stole at least the drivers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what happened?
I'll tell you what happened.
Yeah. What happened?
So one thing that's kind of an interesting part of regulation, unless they develop a full new chassis during the regulation set, the car is just a child of the first one. So part of Mercedes' challenges with the ground effect era is that even though they've redesigned and retooled a lot of components, the Mercedes that they ended the season or the series of reg set for ground
The
effect,
last formula.
the last version of that car was really based on the Zero Pod car.
That one that they showed to the track with that just sucked.
Yeah, that wasn't good at all. And it
Gotcha.
got beat bad, right?
Yeah.
So everything is sort of an iteration off of the first foundational car.
Every year, like they build it, get better.
Yeah.
And just like keep trying to improve it.
But the theories are all still kind of based on the same idea because the amount of expense to move the driver backwards, which is one of the things that Lewis complained about. He's like, I'm sitting way too far forward in the chassis, and lots of other little things that were nuanced. Those were things that were difficult to change because it's a fundamental piece of the chassis, right? So all of them are pretty different. I'm sure people would squawk at me for this. They're pretty different, but they all sort of fundamentally start from the same core point,
yeah, like
right?
this DNA is still the same from when they
Right.
like launched it.
So with that in mind, the RB series of cars through ground effect are Adrian Newey babies.
Yeah. That
They
makes
are,
sense.
even though they said that Pierre Wache was the main designer over these cars. Let me tell you why that's not true.
Yeah. Do it. Do it. I dare you.
Adrian Newey is a very expensive car designer. What did the FIA introduce seemingly right around the same time that Adrian Newey went to Red Bull Technologies to be over that part of the company?
I have no idea.
A cost cap.
Oh, that's right.
So saying that Adrian isn't working on the car means that they were laundering money through their own damn company. So he wasn't accredited.
So this Wache guy, is that his last name?
Pierre Wache, yep.
So they can pay him less.
Yes.
And on the books,
And
it
they
looks
for
like
sure did.
The
I don't even need to look this up. They for sure paid him less than Adrian.
And on the books, it looks like, oh yeah, they are staying within the cost cap. They're paying the main designer what he's worth, which is nothing.
Which is, yeah.
And Newey is not getting paid whatever.
Anything under the F1 umbrella.
Yeah.
But the catering was too much, if you remember that. Wink,
Yeah.
wink.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So the point being that if Adrian had spent 6 months designing the car, they wouldn't have credited that in the books. It would have been Pierre Wache. And all of that was just a way for them to be creative with the books and the numbers, right?
Yeah.
And I swear to you, if anyone tries to tell me that I'm not right on this, I'm like, you prove it.
Do it, Chad.
Prove it.
Do it.
Yeah.
Come at us.
So the RB19 is the most dominant freaking F1 car in history. It won more races in a season than any other F1 car, right? Because there was also more races that season than any other season.
Don't get into the
Technicalities,
details.
right?
It was the best.
It was the best car ever made. Don't you dare even try to make it off. So the RB19 Spirit successor, as we moved forward, ended up just being a decent car, right? Max complained about it, but he was always able to extract.
Oh yeah, Max can like pull a lot of performance out of anything.
Right.
So a car that is a descendant of a Nui purebred is going to be pretty performing by the end of the Max's time with it at the end of the season. Yeah.
Especially if they didn't overhaul it entirely. Right. So you've got that in mind.
Okay.
Jonathan Wheatley, who is sporting director, leaves. Rob Marshall leaves to McLaren. Christian Horner is gone. We're named. There's even
Helmut Marko.
Helmut Marko's gone. There's 5
He was a key player.
key figures from Red Bull that
I
are
think
now
he designed
gone.
half that car.
He probably did with just his attitude. I don't think that looks very fast. But 5 key figures from Red Bull disappeared during an era that Adrian Newey's babies were winning championships and making Max Golden Boy.
Yeah.
Step into a brand new regulation where now suddenly the team that is a shell of what it once was.
Yes. Yeah.
Now has to deliver a brand new car.
Goodness. Yeah.
A brand new power unit.
Because it's Ford.
Yep.
Oh gosh.
And it's Red Bull powertrains with Ford helping.
Yeah.
But Red Bull powertrains was built off of a Honda backbone. So there's like still like a lot of things there that were at least helping in that regard, right?
Right.
And I know that Honda, we'll get into that too. But my point is that expecting Red Bull to deliver right now is about the same as expecting Audi
To
deliver
in
right?
terms of like the team's experience, the amount of work they have to do to get a car up and running.
Right. And it's a new PU partner for them, even though it is the power unit team that they've built.
You're right, because Audi was Stake.
Right.
They changed their name, but pretty much it's the same.
But fundamentally they had all the pieces.
Yeah, they had some pieces in place. Yeah.
And then they got the support of Audi to develop a power unit.
Right. Oh yeah, it's not a bad comparison.
So expecting Red Bull to be Ferrari and Mercedes fast is for sure a realistic expectation. But the overhaul of the team is like it's a new team.
Yeah.
It's so different from what it was to set up the previous cars. So I feel like they're delivering really well given their circumstance.
Yeah, but we're not optimistic that Max is going to be on a podium anytime soon. Haas before them.
Right. And I think that's genuinely a reality, right? And Max is a champion tier driver. He's not used to having a team that isn't delivering him a top 3 finishing car.
Yeah, because when he was new on the team, him and Daniel were fighting for podiums.
Right.
It was still a crazy fast car.
It was still up there with the Ferrari and Mercedes.
Yeah.
And something interesting to just even highlight with that discussion. Quick note.
Yeah.
The previous set of regulations brought out a fight between Red Bull and McLaren, which ultimately was kind of a chassis war. The power units had been frozen. There was nothing that you could really develop or do different or new. You just had to have the performance out of the power unit, right? They'd been making it for almost a decade. So all the teams are pretty even by that point.
Yeah.
Which means that it was Red Bull chassis versus McLaren chassis, right?
Yeah.
And those became the two that really fought for it.
Yeah.
Mercedes and Ferrari were nowhere. Bring out a new power unit regulation, it's 2014 all over again. Mercedes and Ferrari are back at the front, and McLaren and Red Bull are nowhere.
Oh, wild.
And so keeping in mind that this is sort of the way that like Adrian Newey fought for the regulation to be more chassis heavy. It's because he knows that the power unit war wasn't a war that he could win when he didn't have that in-house.
Gotcha.
And so anyways, just as an interesting contrast.
No, for sure. That's wild.
So anyway,
Yeah.
now we can move on to
Now
Max Verstappen talk
Yeah.
a little, because what does he do?
I don't know. He just
Does he stay in the sport?
I was gonna say he goes
following
and
this
does
year?
WEC.
I mean, he's already confirmed that he's doing the 24-hour Nürburgring.
Did is this kind of what Alonso did? Did he dip out during his season? I don't know the old Alonso very well.
Yeah, I mean, he was given permission because McLaren was so bad to run the Indy 500 with McLaren.
Right.
And so he missed Monaco, and they had someone else sit in the seat. I don't remember who drove for him that race, but he ran the Indy 500 instead of the Monaco Grand Prix.
Yeah. Is his position in the seat racing every season worth Red Bull keeping him there for the whole season?
I mean,
like the feedback he can give, the performance he can get out of the car.
Yeah, obviously the development around Max is the best development any team could put into a car, but it's seemingly so far off that it's, he said the balance was just nowhere. He couldn't get any grip at all.
Yeah.
So if they've made a knife edge car, it's on the wrong side of the knife edge, right? If they're trying to suit Max's needs, they're not getting it quite where it needs to be.
Jeez.
So it's very interesting, but I'm curious to see because Max hates the regulation.
Yeah.
Been very, very loud about it.
Yeah.
And he hates the car.
Yeah.
I'm curious if he would have a different perspective. I really do wonder if he was in Lewis's shoes because Lewis, on the flip side, has never been happier.
Yeah.
He's the one that's like the biggest champion of the regs. He was like, this is the most fun I've ever had.
It's like psychology again of like you just went from winning like all the time to now this bleak outlook that you are not going to be winning all the time.
Right.
So you are so mad.
Right.
Yeah.
And everyone said that the previous regulation said that the ground effect car did not suit the older drivers at all. Fernando was decent in it, but he can drive anything. But Lewis struggled, Daniel struggled. Again, that's probably our best point of reference.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if anyone else drove it. Valtteri didn't really have a great time in those cars either.
Yeah.
So anyways, but that to say that this new regulation, flat bottomed car, nimble, light, just different from what it used to be. And Lewis is back. Like, I feel like we've seen for a few years here. Is Lewis losing it?
Yeah, yeah. That was a lot of talk last year. That
Right.
like, oh, he's now old.
Right.
And now he doesn't have the
edge
skills
is gone.
Yeah. He can't drive a car like he used to.
Can't hang with Charles. Charles is destroying him.
Yeah.
And now we're seeing the revive of Lewis Hamilton.
Get a car that he can drive.
Right.
And then you get the skills to show it.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. I think one thing that Max has kind of pointed out is this idea that they've kind of taken away the reason why we're racing.
Yeah.
And that's like these cars now, and we've talked about it on the podcast before, these cars now are all the racing is happening like in the corners. They're no longer seeing how fast these cars can go.
Right.
And it's not how fast you can go through the corners or how the top speed down the straight. It's more like strategy.
Right.
And like harvesting your battery and when to push.
Right.
And it started to click with me because I do like all the overtaking.
Yeah.
I at face service, like the race still seems fun.
Right.
And a lot of overtaking. But if you've watched the podcast for long enough, I love crashes.
Right. Yeah.
And what I love about F1 is that these drivers, every time they get into a car seat, they're risking their lives.
It's dangerous.
It's dangerous.
Even though they're safer than they've ever been, it's still incredibly dangerous.
It's still incredibly dangerous.
Yeah.
And it's incredibly dangerous because they are trying to push them past the limits of sound, speed, and light.
Yeah. And taste.
And taste.
And smell.
The speed of smell.
It's really hard to keep up with.
And now that I know that I see some of the speedometers when they show the little data when they're flying down the straightaway, and that long straightaway in China just kind of exposed this thing where they're not even halfway down the straight and they're already dipping in speed.
Yeah.
And it's what is going on?
Yeah.
I used to love that they're topping out at 220, 225 miles per hour. And I was like 2.7, 2.5?
Yeah, this
is not cool.
Yeah.
It feels the same.
Right.
But they're not as in danger as they used to be.
That's to some extent true. Yeah.
And I don't know why we're paying them if they're not going to be as in danger.
Right. I mean, I think.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I totally agree. I think
so. Like I'm on the fence here. I'm like, I like the overtaking.
right.
I like how the drivers are kind of learning this new things. There might be more potential for like upsets and crashes or whatever. But I'm like, at the core of it, I want the fastest cars in the world because now IndyCar is for sure the fastest thing in the world.
Yeah, especially
NASCAR
around
might
that.
be faster than Formula One,
Depending on the place, probably not, but yeah.
but like
Straight line.
it's in contention now.
Yeah. They're very similar pace, I guess, for the.
And is that the real
certain
issue?
tracks. Right. Yeah.
Formula One is not the pinnacle anymore.
Well, here's what I'll say because I agree with you, and you know I do because last week that was what I was saying too. I think.
Yeah, you better not flip flop.
No, I'm not going to, but I will. I will advocate in a way.
Yeah.
What I think Max is saying is very accurate.
Thank you.
Yeah, you too. Obviously.
Oh, okay.
But to what Max Verstappen's point being like, it's not pushing the car to its absolute limit
Yeah.
through a corner. That's what Formula One's DNA is.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that bothers me as well, is that I'm like, if we're going to go significantly slower through a corner for being able to drag race, that just doesn't feel Formula One. It just doesn't.
Yeah.
But here, and I think I agree with that. Now, the only way that I can advocate for it is that it would be worse if there wasn't a cost. And this is how I'm going to frame
What do you
this.
mean?
If there was just push to pass, which is what IndyCar has.
Yeah.
Okay. Push to pass works in a time allotment. Okay.
Like a DRS.
Well,
Oh, like a time limit. Like they get X amount of push to pass.
yes.
You get 15 seconds of push to pass.
yes.
this race.
And if it's, I think it's like 100 seconds.
Yeah, I was
And
like
by
50
the-
seconds really small.
Yeah. A bit. That's then. But they get 100 some odd seconds or whatever a race, and they use it at their strategic timing or whatever to get past people and whatever. But the thing that's lame about that idea is it's a fine idea because if you run out of it and you got to the lead, then you're up a creek
Yeah.
because everyone's coming for you.
Everyone's going to be
Right.
right there.
So you have to be strategic about how you deploy it.
Yeah.
But the way that I see it in this regulation is that the clever part of this
Yeah.
is that they are getting more energy to execute a pass, to deploy battery, to get down the track and do something with it. But in order to get that, they have to be smart about where they're harvesting enough energy to make that attack. And it's like, okay, I'm going to sacrifice a couple tenths in this corner so the battery's at 95. Because if George goes through this corner faster, he's going to be at 70. So by the time I hit the straightaway, he could be 30 feet further up the road, but I'm going to overcome those 30 feet real fast, right? And so by what I mean when I say cost is that they're taking corners a little slower at times to be strategic about how they're going to go for a pass.
Yeah.
And so I see that as being like, instead of here's 100 seconds of push to pass that you just spend your money on a budget,
Yeah.
you're finding ways to be smarter than the other
Yeah.
guy throughout the lap.
Yeah, it's almost like you are finding a new racing line or like a strategy throughout the track, which is different.
It is different.
And it's making them think about every track in a different way.
Right.
And how they perceive it and attack and strategize. I get that for sure. And that's fun.
It is fun.
Yeah.
It's different.
It's different.
And I think that right now what we're seeing is it's a brand new regulation. So it's heightened how unbelievably sensitive we are to the idea of closeness of Formula One, right? Finishing all within a second in qualifying was the standard last year.
Yeah. At the end of that regulation, all the cars had caught up to each other.
They're all so similar.
Yeah.
Right? We're now back in 2014 again, where there are some clear leaders and there's some clear losers.
Yeah.
But as we evolve through this regulation, as teams get better at it, as the playing field levels, we're seeing with we're seeing with Charles and Lewis the kind of racing that we could see 20 cars deep, 22 cars deep when it's figured out.
Yeah. That's true.
It could get
You could have overtaking throughout the whole grid, the whole race.
all of them.
That's true.
Right now, we're only seeing it between Charles and Lewis because those cars are dead even. Their
Yeah.
drivers are dead even. Like George and Kimi are not going to fight very hard because Kimi doesn't want to piss off Toto.
Because Kimi's going to beat George.
Yeah, and I feel like he's also.
You think Kimi's going to not? You think Toto's going to favor George?
No, but I think that Kimi doesn't want to go into Daddy's office and have a talk about how George is going to hold a press conference if he doesn't stop running into him or whatever, you know?
I think Kimi's a bad A, dude.
I do too, but I'm just
he
saying
would never do that.
Yeah, maybe that's a good
Kimi's
point.
like a punk teenager.
Yeah, he's not though.
He kind of is.
I think he's smart,
He's smart.
but
Yeah.
like Lewis to Kimi will give a parallel.
Yeah.
Lewis crashes into Nico Rosberg and goes to Toto and goes, I did nothing wrong. And Nico goes, yeah, you did. You did everything wrong. It's your freaking fault. Blah, blah, blah. Right? I could see Kimi just walking into Toto's office and be like, yeah, sorry, I went too far.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He's
totally
very
agree.
different in that way.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. I could see him being not hesitant, but less likely to push George off the track.
He's tasted blood now.
That's true.
He knows what it's like to be on the first
win.
He got a taste of the glory.
Kimi Räikkönen
He knows what
knows
it
what it's
tastes
like to win. Yeah, he knows what it tastes like.
So yeah, he's gonna get more of that blood.
I think that the moment that they said Kimi Räikkönen on the
best.
podium is the funniest because his face as
like,
he's walking up, he's like, what? Wait, how did they do that?
I feel like, yeah, Kimi's the kind of dude that thinks it's hilarious.
Right. George would be so upset
George
if
would
they
hold a
said the
press
wrong
conference
George.
after. Toto, I need you to hold a press conference because I need them to know my real name.
Yeah.
How dare they insult the House of Russell?
This is
live on TV.
House
To
of
the
Russell.
Chinese.
The Chinese need to know my name.
Relations are hard with them anyway.
I believe the word is nombre in Chinese. Will you tell them that my nombre is Russell?
Como say Russell in Chinese, Toto?
Would you please tell them
The Spanish to the Chinese people.
that my nombre is George Russell? They're not to misstep on this ever again. How about the fact that they didn't even have a name for the flag waver? Did you see that at the end of the race? You were probably asleep.
I was asleep.
They get to the flag waver and they just a shot of a guy and it says flag waver with a very obvious black space beneath for a name.
So wait, did you recognize him?
No, I don't know who he was at all.
Oh,
and I
that's
didn't Google it
hilarious.
either.
That's amazing.
Chat, if you guys know who the flag
he
waver
Chinese?
was. Yes.
Oh, poor Chinese guy.
He's just,
Just
dude.
moment of fame.
just a
I
a
wonder if
black
it was
empty
also
bar.
like a big promo thing. It was like some big Chinese tech company.
Yeah,
They're like, we're
Lenovo
gonna get our
guy or
name
something.
right on the Chinese Grand Prix flag waving, and it's just like flag waver.
It's just Tim Cook equivalent in China, and he didn't even get named.
Someone lost their job.
Very funny. Kimi wasn't the only one who got misnamed in this.
Yeah.
The flag waver also was a
that's
victim.
hilarious.
So, anyways, but yeah,
That's amazing.
but yeah, I see. That's my argument for the regulation. Is at the moment, it's not a level playing field.
Yeah.
That's the challenge with engines, and anyone that was talking about changing the PU, this is the reason why a lot of the drivers were like, let's just go back. Because the second that we do something that's like this hybrid,
Just go back, Mom. Dad, I
are we
want the
there
old
yet?
car. That's
gonna be
just
time.
Max with the FIA.
yeah, it is a little.
Yeah.
But the truth is that like that's the reason that a lot of the teams were kind of like, let's just do the NA, V8, V10,
Oh my gosh.
and let's just do that because
I mean, everyone's hoping that this kind of like rocky start to this new regulation will be what takes us back to the V8s and the V10s.
this is the reason that I'm like, I don't know if I even dare advocate at all for this regulation because that's what I want.
yeah, that's what we all want.
But I will say that what we're seeing between Charles and Lewis is a different form of racing that I haven't experienced with F1. And I can't say that it's necessarily awful. It has been really fun to watch George and Charles put on this show. So did I say George? Lewis and Charles put on this show of what the sport could be in a little time.
Yeah. What if let's just do this. Let's save everyone a whole season of George Russell podiums. And let's just make him champion now.
Right, let's just go ahead and give him a trophy.
Do it. Give him a little trophy. And say, you did it, George. Hooray. We're going to do a new regulation and actually get some real driving going on.
Well, here's the thing, and we're jumping ahead on some of this stuff.
Yeah.
But like The gap that is coming up following Japan is a full month. The month of April no longer has racing.
Because of the war in the Middle East.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Saudi Arabia has been canceled, so has Bahrain.
Yeah. We tried to get tickets to that race. I was like, flights are cheap right now.
Max is
for some reason
feeling
Then
very
they
let down.
canceled it.
Very let down by this.
Yeah.
But I can't help but think that this is probably going to be the highlight of this break.
What is going to be the highlight of the break?
Talking about the regs. What's possible? How do we make this?
I know what's going to be our highlight. Jean-Claude Van Damme movies for a month.
That is for sure.
Get ready for the 30-day Jean-Claude Van Damme movie marathon presented by Fast Ones.
It's gonna come at you fast. It's gonna come at you thick, and it's gonna do a lot of splits, baby. It's gonna be absolutely awesome.
Or we could talk about the regs.
But I mean, I think that what's going to happen
yeah.
in the FIA world is going to be: do we give the gas engine, the ICE, internal combustion engine, more power, so that way the battery has more ability to charge up?
This is a question that got asked to me today by a friend, and he said, like, could the FIA change the regulation halfway through the year?
They could do whatever they want.
That's what I thought, and I was like, I'll ask you tonight on the podcast.
Yeah,
but I was like, I think they own the sport.
Yeah.
And they're telling everyone what to do. They could just do whatever they want.
And a lot of the time, those decisions are going to be made as a collective, right?
Yeah.
So it is keeping in mind that the Mercedes teams are going to lobby to keep the Mercedes team things sacred.
Oh, yeah.
Ferraris,
everyone that has a ice in the hole is going to want to keep their silver bullet in the chamber.
Absolutely. And so it's impossible to convince, right? Like George, we'll say this. George and Mercedes were like, There's nothing wrong with the compression.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, it's perfect.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything. What's no advantage there?
Yeah.
That's not possible.
Yeah.
But then the second that the teams started lobbying against Ferrari, saying, but they're so much quicker off the starts, when Ferrari shot it down, being like, nope, we actually raised that point last season. No one listened to us, so we will not be changing it.
Yeah.
And then George goes, well, some teams on the grid are quite selfish, aren't they?
Did he?
Yes.
Hey.
And it's just like, are you kidding me?
Boy.
Is this the pot calling the kettle black?
No,
George?
this is the king calling the rest of the people peasants.
Exactly. It's like, my goodness, would you stop it? But so anyways, with that said, we are now heading into Japan. Oscar Piastri has not turned a single Grand Prix lap.
This is crazy.
Not one lap. He finished the sprint race, so let's not pretend that he hasn't even raced this season, because he has. He has 3 points.
Yeah.
But
got numbers on the board.
He's got numbers on the board.
It's been a very sad Grand Prix without the Piastri walking around.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
which is crazy.
So insane.
Yeah.
The fall from grace in the McLaren department is
That's
bad.
what we need to talk about.
Yeah. It's worse than Aston Martin, because Aston Martin not being competitive.
Oh, I have a theory to why Aston Martin's not competitive.
Oh, I'm curious.
Aramco facility got bombed.
This is true.
Was that where they were having all the testing for the Formula One?
I mean, they are the oil provider.
Yeah.
Or gas.
Now they're on
provider.
their back foot.
They are.
So
But there's more to that.
Yeah, there's more of that. Anyway, back to McLaren.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you?
My thoughts about McLaren.
Yes.
One, I miss Oscar on the track. It's been wild he hasn't been racing.
Right.
And the Grand Prix.
At
That's
all.
crazy.
Yeah.
But it's also wild that if we talk about the year Max won his first championship, end of the regulation, the next year, it was all the buzz was around Max.
Right.
And him having to win or whatever. And I feel like Red Bull didn't start out strong. At least Ferrari got like a 1-2.
They broke down.
Yeah, like they were.
So the engine locked up.
Yeah.
And they broke down on the first race.
And I feel like everyone was all eyes on Max.
Right.
And Red Bull. And like, this is disastrous or whatever.
Right.
I don't feel the same level of buzz around Lando Norris
Right.
not having a competitive car or not being on the podium the way that Max was after he was his first time champion. Do you know what I mean?
Is Landor still present? I have to be careful with what I say.
I'm just saying, like, it's weird. It's weird.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's an expectation with Max. And while Lando has won a championship and is a champion, there is an expectation with Max Verstappen, with Yas. The intensity of the Verstappens is on another level, right? Lando is a happy-go-lucky guy, right?
Yeah.
If he doesn't win a championship this year, it's no dirt off his shoulder. If Max doesn't get anywhere near winning the championship this year, he's out. It's Ferrari level of volatility, right?
Yeah.
Like, we're leaving the sport, and this time we mean it.
Yeah, I
Right?
didn't consider that point of view because, I'm still bitter about what they did to Oscar.
Yes.
I feel like
I'm
from my point of view, a whole sport had to tear down a driver to make Lando win, and then he almost barely lost the championship to another team. Like, it still almost didn't happen, even after McLaren cut the legs out from under Oscar Piastri.
Right.
And so, do we see
And
Lando?
Landor's going to be in the chat being like, from my perspective, the Jedi are evil.
This is just why I think it's it's sad that McLaren isn't as competitive as they were.
Right.
But it's crazy that no one is as vocal about McLaren not being competitive and that Lando's not being as competitive.
Right.
But I think if Lando keeps winning and keeps being competitive for a championship, he'll get to that point with the same level of what we expect.
Right.
Like we expect from Max.
Right.
But Oscar, we expect the same thing, and he didn't win a championship.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think that the
Is Lando getting mad yet?
no, he hasn't chimed in yet.
Okay.
I'm getting away with it so far. But I think the thing that's been, I mean, it's tough to see McLaren so uncompetitive.
Yeah.
And
So what was their issue at the race?
they had
Each car
separate
had
issues,
separate issues.
completely different from each other.
Wild.
Oscar made it to the grid, and then they had to pull his car off because it was having electrical issues.
Jeez, is it the AI inside the
I
cars?
don't know. So it's funny that you say that because I
Yeah.
got a bunch of responses from research that AI can't be on the car. And then I heard it during the broadcast this week that one of the announcers, I can't remember who it was talking about the car learning during the lap.
You heard another one.
An announcer said it this time.
This conspiracy is starting to get legs,
It's
dude.
taking shape.
Yeah.
Damn it. Everyone says I was crazy.
But yeah, so the announcers might be suspicious.
They
or what
might.
do the announcers know?
They know something.
Why would McLaren be like, "Hey, Crofty, we have AI on our car. Don't tell anyone over the broadcast."
We didn't use Gemini. Don't tell our sponsor.
It's the Don Knotts approach again.
Yeah.
Hey, Crofty, don't look too close into our computer. Might be AI.
Oh my gosh, it's so real. It's so real. Don't take a look under the hood. So good.
You might find something that we're not supposed to be using.
Oh man. But yeah, I mean, the fact that they had electrical issues, and all the teams that are Mercedes teams said that they were not being taught how to extract the most from the car. They didn't give them the user manual.
Yeah, we talked
quote
about
unquote,
that.
right?
Mercedes is not giving anyone any help.
They're not really sharing information. And it just seemed like, Mercedes must have just unearthed something. They were trying something with it, and it really backfired in a not really a
McLaren.
literal sense. Yeah.
McLaren.
Sorry, did I say Mercedes?
Yeah.
McLaren must have tried something with the Mercedes PU.
And you think of Mercedes then handed down a little more knowledge
Yeah.
that all these Mercedes power unit cars would just start popping off.
It would. And like,
Come on, Mercedes, give us a competition.
I mean, and here's the things that I feel like we've missed at this point.
yeah.
We had a lot of attrition. Max Verstappen didn't finish the race. Isaac Hadjar spun off, and Ollie Behrman almost killed him. Ollie hung on and had a killer finish.
Yeah.
P5.
Yes.
Just-
Don't know why we haven't talked about that yet.
Absolutely slaying Haas.
But it's just a normal day for Haas fans now.
Haas is a freaking best
We're
of the
best
rest
of the
team.
rest now.
And Ollie, Ocon
Pays to be a Haas fan.
is having a tough go. He got kind of hosed by the safety car,
Yeah.
but I also think that the Haas team do need to plan on lap 15. Plan on a safety car. The Aston Martin only goes 15-ish laps. Bank on it, baby.
You think other teams are doing that?
They are.
They better be.
Absolutely.
The Ferrari did pit when they should have pit this time.
Because they knew Aston Martin,
Yeah.
it's a good chance this car's not going to make it past 15.
That's my
So
ace.
if-
No.
you got a button, finger on the trigger here. Box. As soon as
how long do
Lance
softs go? Just start
retires.
off with softs.
Yep.
Rip out those first couple laps to get ahead.
Yep. And
Dang,
then,
dude.
So
Anyway.
bank on a 15-lap safety car. You might as well at this point, especially if you're a team where you can play strategy to your advantage like that. Now, the top teams might not want to, but some of the lower mid-pack teams, bank on an early safety car. There's so much reliability challenge at the moment. You might as well.
Yeah.
Ocon getting caught out by the safety car seems like that was a misstep by Haas a little bit.
Just don't fall back into the Gunter Steiner strategy of
Where that's
always home
all your
first
eggs
to
are in
safety
that
car.
basket. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And it seems like, Ollie was obviously, his strategy was perfect. He ended up P5. The other thing, Carlos Sainz made it into the points this week in the Williams. The Williams is dogged it, as Top Gear would say. It's overweight. It struggles. But Carlos got an amazing launch in both races so far, and he was top 10 on lap 1. He started 17th.
Wow.
That's a Ferrari area
I was gonna
start
say,
in a Mercedes.
a lot of people are making up so many places just by having a good launch.
Just by being good at
to
starting.
figure out the starting sequence.
Pierre Gasly finished in the points. I think even Franco Colapinto ended up in the points.
The Alpines are not bad.
They're not bad.
compared to
And they're
Aston
Mercedes
Martin.
PU this year. So,
Yeah. Cadillac is at the back.
yeah. But here's the thing. Cadillac, we knew this. We knew this was going to happen.
Yeah.
So they'll catch up. They'll figure it out. It's teething pains for a brand new team. The only disservice that Cadillac's really done themselves is by doing a lot of cool hype for launching the car.
Yeah.
Because it's like, this is your first year. It's going to be awkward teenager phase. You need to get through this.
Yeah, that's a good analogy.
You don't want people to see this. But it's front and center right now. So a little bit unfortunate.
So if you're still listening out there, root for Haas team, the best American team.
Root for Haas. And Ford's kind of not really showing up either. So keep cheering for Haas.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like that's kind of the bulk of it.
For sure.
We got through a lot of good stuff. But yeah, as we move into Japan,
In 2 weeks?
2
3
weeks, I think.
I wish we had a 3D printed map.
Wink, wink. Riley, that doesn't watch.
Stoked for Suzuka. We'll see what happens, what teams are bringing. But yeah.
March 27th and 29th,
Okay.
which is not this weekend.
Yeah.
Right.
Hope everyone enjoys your St. Patrick's Day.
Yes.
Are we done?
Are we done with the podcast?
I don't know.
Or why would you ask in that way?
I don't know.
Are you not more professional than this, Max?
Sometimes I start talking and you just go and turn it off. And
Are we addressing that on the show finally?
I think we're addressing it that I have important things to say at the end of the podcast.
No, he doesn't.
Trying to get people to subscribe, to share your friends with us.
It always takes you so long to get to that point. That's why you get turned off.
I'm never turned off. I am always on and ready to go.
This got really awkward.
We're starting the podcast like we started it. Some bad, didn't mean to make those jokes. Just like and subscribe, please.